Likewise, occasionally I'm also an independent social political activist. Right now, you were much in the news just before these presidential elections, and your name has been pulled up every time the opposition wants to sling mud at the incumbent presidency or the government. Now, I'm sure this happened during Chandrika's time, President Chandrika's time as well.
So earlier time
and even okay, fine. So
years.
usually they pick on the most successful businessmen.
Yeah. The access group's main business activity is in Sri Lanka. 90% of our or 95% of our business is in Sri Lanka, and over the last 25 years, our biggest client has been directly or indirectly the government.
So, government contracts.
Government contracts directly or indirectly. For example, we might do a contract for Thaise Corporation or for Kumagai or for China. They are in turn contracting with the government, but we contract with these international companies. Right.
Right. Well, somebody has to do the infrastructure projects.
Yeah.
You know,
so we work. So as a result, we are very visible when it comes to government contracts and government business. I'm by profession a qualified chartered accountant, UK SEMA, and at that time when I qualified and I got relatively early age, I married, and I found my salary and my wife's salary not enough to make ends meet. So I had a choice. I had a choice of either going to Zambia or to Africa or to Middle East, like all my colleagues did. Those days accountants, they go there.
Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana. But I worked in two other private sector companies, and then I found it going tough. So I had some good. That time was 1989, 90s, where the Japanese were very strong, like what the Chinese are today.
Yes,
they were the
yes.
main business partners of Sri Lanka.
Yes.
And they had all the offices here. Itochu Corporation, Marubeni, Mitsubishi.
Marubeni, yes.
So I started working with them because I had very little capital, and those days interest rates were high. My father was a director at British American Tobacco, at Ceylon Tobacco.
Yes.
So we came from a middle class family where we didn't have capital. So they helped me, these Japanese gentlemen helped me to get my business going in 1989.
It was in 89, fine.
89, yeah. So we started with that. For example, I started first working with them to sell Isuzu vehicles. Today I'm 84%.
Trucks, you mean?
Trucks. Today I'm, after 25 years, today I'm the owner of Satsuzo Motors.
Yes, they had these Opel cars and
Opel cars,
yes.
and I sell.
Yes, Omega, whatever. Yes.
So that we started by selling for them, and now over the years I've developed confidence, and they have given me the full franchise now. They only ship the vehicles, and I'm the local dealer.
Right. Yeah. What's your stake at Satsuzo Motors?
84%. Access Engineering owns 84%.
84%. And what's your stake at
Access Engineering?
Access Engineering.
25%.
That's your direct.
Yeah.
But connected parties like your daughter, family.
My wife,
all
wife
combined.
No,
Connected parties.
What happens is, technically my children are now 33 and 30,
right.
So they are not considered as connected parties from a stock exchange point of view.
Not from the stock exchange point of view.
My
as
children
a family
have 9%.
as connected.
Yeah, we have about 35%.
In total, right? One of the main sticking point here, why I'm here, is the importing of Range Rover, HSCs, and Evoques, Freelanders, Range Rover, the whole range, Defenders. Now there is a serious allegation it is highly likely that there'll be a fresh investigation into it.
Yeah.
Now, me being an investigative reporter or a writer rather, I get few information here and there. So I believe it's fair for me to for you to have your side of the story before everybody victimizes you. The way it is, media criminalizes somebody before anything starts. You know,
that's the right thing to do.
Right. So now, do you directly involve yourself with the operation of Satsumo Motors?
No, there is a CEO, executive director running it. You know.
Nihal, sorry, what's his name again? Ravi Perera, is it?
Tilak
Tilak, right,
yeah.
right.
Around Satsumo Motors. Satsumo Motors got into a joint venture with Sheran Fernando,
Right.
who had the dealership under Frontier Automotives.
Yes.
So 1 year ago, 1st of April 2014, we started a new joint venture called SML Frontier.
Yes.
Where with
Satsumo
Motors investing
required funds
65 million, and Sheran Fernando invested 65 million. You know, 130 million we capitalized, and Sheran Fernando runs the company. He's the managing director. He runs SML Frontier. Now, just to put things in perspective, this does not bring even 0.25% to our bottom line.
Right.
You understand?
I'm sure.
You know, it doesn't bring 0.25%
Yes.
even to
The
access engineering
Fine.
bottom line. For example, last year we had about 56 million profit. That means 50% of that only comes to Satsumo Motors. That is 26 million.
Right.
And that was 84% comes to access engineering.
Right.
You know?
Of
So
which you
see
are like
25%. So
right.
you know, I won't spoil my name.
Right. No, right.
In
Fine.
any
No.
way, you know?
I'm sure you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
after
yeah.
establishing such a big
Yeah,
empire.
yeah.
Now, business empire. Now,
What are you talking about? This
Range Rover. Now, there is an allegation that Range Rover HSCs.
HSC is what?
You mean the sport, the top of the line model
Yeah.
were imported, giving false valuations, undervaluations, right?
Yeah.
Now that and there
By
were,
whom?
There were few.
By whom? Now somebody must import it, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now Satsumo Motors has imported it.
Satsumo Motors or SML front?
SML,
Yeah.
right?
We have not imported single vehicle.
Uh,
I can tell you that because I have to sign, no.
On behalf of customers, have you imported or have you not imported?
No, we have
People
given,
who held the permits.
we have given performance to customers. too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
when in that process,
Yeah.
did you collect a 3.5 million as agent fees?
No, 2 million I think. For on Evoques,
2 million
2
for
million.
Evoques 2 million, but
Yeah.
for Range Rovers, was there
Range-
some collected?
Range Rovers. I'm not sure.
Maybe you're not aware of
I'm
it.
not sure. There are you must. The Range Rover, the top of the range,
Yes.
cannot be brought on a permit.
Exactly.
Right.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right.
The Discovery can be brought on a
Yes.
permit.
The
Range
middle
Rover,
range.
what I have is the Vogue, the top of the range, autobiography.
Yes.
That cannot be brought on a permit. from what I
Permit.
can
Yes.
remember. I
Yes.
paid
Vogue.
full-
Yes. Exactly.
But the Discovery is brought on 35,000 and 45,000 permits. Even now, right now, we have got about order.
During the Chogam things, did you import anything? You
I
imported.
did import.
Nothing.
Government imported.
Government imported, but through your, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They paid us a local charge of 1.2 million per vehicle or something like that.
Right. This was at the time of importing it, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Shouldn't
That is Defenders, only Defenders.
yeah.
No Range
Discoveries,
Rovers,
no Range
Range Rovers,
Rovers.
nothing.
Right. For Chogam only Defenders.
Only,
Right.
Ministry of Finance imported it.
Right. Now
Ministry of Finance imported it.
They
Opened
owned it
LC,
and-
opened LC directly.
open insult, right. And
Directly
you
to-
collected an agent fee
Yes.
at the time of importing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That
Now,
is in local rupees.
right. Right. So no Range Rovers were imported for 35,000 CIF permit.
No,
You
not,
sure?
not the Vogue. No.
Not the work.
Yeah.
Only the discoveries.
Discoveries. Yeah.
Discoveries, the big ones. The how shall I describe it?
I'm not a car enthusiast. I think it's what you all see.
Because even the Range Rover, the chassis is also called a Discovery. You know, so fine. So fine. So you're not aware of this 35,000, right? So
what I'm trying to say to you is,
yeah,
I am aware that we have sold vehicles to permit holders at 35,000 permit holders.
Exactly. No. I'm not referring to you directly importing. It's the same thing. People importing it through you all. You giving the perform. It's like you're selling it pretty much, right? I'm pretty sure there'll be an investigation into all the Defenders and the Range Rover imports, because some new evidence has been unearthed about false valuation and how it was imported through a Goa International in the UK. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now
Goa is the land, not our company.
Yes.
That is the Land Road distributor for about 450-100 markets.
Exactly. Now, but Goa is not really a part of Range Rover. They have been appointed a distributor for international markets. But from the little investigation that we did, we have found that Goa would give any valuation on anybody's request. Now, but when we directly checked with the Range Rover company in the UK, which is a public listed company, the prices seems to be much higher than what you have imported it for. Yes, sorry, they're much lower. Their prices are much higher. So there is a serious discrepancy of prices.
How?
Yes, for over 100 vehicles. So this is just for me to my
which vehicles? For the Defender, for the Range Rover?
Range Rovers. The Range Rover. Even there was an incident where 16 of the vehicles were imported under a bank guarantee, and couple of custom officers were.
No. I think you got it all wrong. But I'll tell you that part of the story I know.
That is a separate story.
That part of the story. But there was earlier.
Yes.
Under WTO, customs were obliged to accept the transacted value.
Yes.
Right. Then Dr. P. Vijayasundara, Treasury, overnight changed that rule, and he said customs have to value.
Yes.
Right. It's not the transacted value.
Yes.
So the customs took some website values, right, and they gave some discounts on the website values.
That decision itself was what we believe is to favor certain businessmen, not in the interest of the country.
Not in the interest of us also.
Right.
What I mean, because we had to, as you said, pay money. So now if it's contradictory,
exactly.
Because of that decision we had to pay a penalty also.
Yes.
Yes. So then you can't say they are supporting us, no.
Right.
What I am here to prove is that the government never supported us. Now you are helping me to do that.
No, exactly.
You are helping me to do that because you yourself say that they brought in this. Right.
In a very ad hoc manner. Which
is against the
detrimental to an agent of branded vehicles.
And also against the international agreements we have signed.
Yes. Now in that period only, after that period only, over 300 vehicles came to town, all luxury vehicles. For the Chogam and for
not ours. We didn't import even one.
Right. Okay. Fine.
Because
if you say so.
Because we only, Defender is not a luxury vehicle. We don't call it.
Yes, but it doesn't fall under the 35,000 CIF, no?
No. Defender is, I think, much lower than that anyway. But that government imports. Most of our client is the government, and they pay the duty.
Right. Now, for the permits that you give it, you import it for, you issue the pro forma invoice. You collect an agent fee, 2 million upwards.
So that is.
Shouldn't that be part of the CIF?
No. Then what do we mean? What do we make? And what do we? How do we cover our cost? The warranty cost, the customs clearing cost, the after sales service.
Now, if an individual imports it separately through a grey line, through a grey market, through a third party, the valuation that's given. includes this 2 million or whatever
No.
charge that you were charged, right?
No. Then this is not only us. Mercedes-Benz does it. BMW does it.
Mercedes does it, Audi does it,
B-
but BMW and Range Rover, you all have collected separately 2 to 3.5 million
Yeah.
for each of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Now,
Now ours, especially ours, we are a public quoted company. That 2 million is audited. That 2 million we have paid tax on, and that is accounted in our books. In
Right.
anybody, even you can look at our audited accounts because we have consolidated account. All those money is audited for.
so the same valuation that you give it to customers with permits who imports it through you.
Yeah.
Let's say you give a pro forma for 35,000 US,
Yeah.
and for a certain model,
Yeah.
and if a third party imports it,
Same value.
and the customs comes to you, you give the same
Same
value,
value.
is it?
Yes, we can't change. I'm against it myself personally. Because it's
Right.
it's wrong. I mean, I can't give you one value and
Right.
I can't import at a different value.
Fine.
Some other importers, I don't want to mention names, might be doing it,
Right.
but we don't do it. We give the same value.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me move on to this. This was a important question that I wanted you answered. That's fine. The first question. Did you or did you not encash millions of USD in dollar bills to rupee notes in the bank prior
Never
to the
in my
elections?
whole life.
You were never
Never.
present at central bank
I was never present as in the bank.
or in any other major bank
No,
for a large amount
no,
of cash
not that-
transaction.
no. Why should I?
Right. No, it was in the social media.
Yeah, I've
So-
never done it, and I think
So this was then it would have been it's not fair for these people to use your name and sling mud at you.
yeah, but that is our country.
Right.
The country
Right.
we love. That happens here for a success person, especially a Sinhalese.
Right.
Especially a Sinhalese, it happens. You
Fine.
know,
This,
you don't see this of much of Tamil or Muslims. No, our Sinhalese are brought down by our own Sinhalese. That is the moral
Right.
of the story.
I'm sure it's nothing to do with races, but
No, but
maybe
it is.
jealousy.
No, it
you
is.
know,
It is to do
I'm
with the
sure it's
race also.
jealousy.
It's very sad, but it is.
Right.
to
Next
the
one.
race also.
This Northern Highway.
Yeah.
Mr. Ravi Karunaik recently stated that it can be constructed much lesser than what was quoted by y'all.
No, we didn't quote for another night. We quoted for the second section.
Right.
You know, we quoted for one section. We were one of the 5 local contractors.
Right.
Then the other parts are done by Chinese, Japanese. You know, you understand?
Right.
So we are not
So all the government contracts that you have been doing so far,
Yeah.
were you aware that those were given to your company,
Yeah.
Access Engineering,
Yeah.
without any tender procedures
No. You know,
or
there
any
are-
transparency?
No. We have not got any major expressway. We have not got.
Whatever the
we haven't
projects
got.
you got.
We haven't got one even. Right.
Right.
On any expressway, we haven't got. Right.
Right.
There was earlier government had a system to support the local industry. They got about $500 million from the local banking system, Bank of Ceylon, HNB. We are for about not Access. We were one of about 30. All 30 local contractors, like when China Harbour or Katik gets from China Exim Bank,
Yes.
the earlier government thought, why not support our local industry and get some money from the local. We don't have Exim Bank unfortunately here,
Yes.
but from HNB, commercial bank. So all about 25-30 contractors were given contracts using local bank funding. Right.
Approximately in the last 10 years,
Yeah.
what would have been the total worth approximately?
Last 10
for all
years.
the roads and
Last 10 years.
yes,
No,
Mr.
10.
Rajapaksa's time.
You know, 4 years when the war stopped, my company turnover was only 3,500 million. I will get it because all are in the
Fine.
all are in the. I'll get you my
No, that's fine. That's
Access
fine.
Engineering.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Look,
Approximately, no, just an overview.
we have our last year turnover was about 13 billion
Right.
turnover.
Turnover.
And earlier it was about 7-8 billion. I'll get you. We have got awards for the for Gold Award for the Institute of Chartered Accountants.
Auditing and everything.
And then we got
statements. Fine.
and we got the Gold Award for the Business Excellence
Fine.
of
Right.
Sri Lanka.
Nice.
And we are one of the top 10 corporate citizens.
Fine.
You know.
Right.
So, you know, what I'm
So,
trying to say
whatever
is,
the projects
and all,
that you got-
yeah, all are there. You will see in picture form, you will see in value form, you will see in, we are the first to do an integrated accounting system. This is integrated, you know, accounting is integrated, first to come up with integrated accounts.
Right. No, I'm sure everything is in order. But my question is, were you aware that when you got those contracts?
No, wait, now you can see I have got only maybe 80% of the contracts I've got from others, not from the RD.
You mean through a third party?
Yeah, through Thaise Corporation or through China Harbour or as a subcontractor.
Right, fine. As a direct contractor, when did you or did you not get any contracts from the government?
I got about 2 or 3.
Right.
I'll tell you the 2 or 3 I got was in the northwestern province. I got from Bangadenia to Anamadu or something like that, and another one in the northern province. Both of them about 2,500 million each. But even though I was one of the biggest contractors, I got the least.
Fine.
You know,
so 5 billion in total.
Yeah, and then I've now got presently I got another 7 billion contract from Kadawata to Nittambu. If you see the Kandy Road, but that although I got a 7 million contract, I have done only work for about 1,200 million because they have not been able to do the land acquisition.
Fine.
You know,
litigation or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know.
Right. But at the time of getting these direct contracts, were you aware that it was not done in a transparent manner, not through a tender procedure?
No. You know, that was the procedure. There was a procedure. There was an engineer's estimate. Right.
Local engineers.
Government engineers.
State Engineering Corporation.
No. RD engineers.
RD engineers. Okay.
And then they call the contractors and give the BOQ and tell us to price.
Right.
Then there is a cabinet appointed technical evaluation committee.
Okay.
Cabinet appointed negotiating committee.
Right.
And then the cabinet.
Right.
And what I'm trying to say is all 30 contractors went through this procedure.
Fine.
And all 30 contractors were given 2-3 contractors, maybe the biggest contractor, as you know, in Sri Lanka is Maga.
Right.
They got much more than anybody else. Then others also got. We are about the fourth.
But there was never a tender procedure. I'm sure they spoke to each of the contractors.
No.
So didn't you see? Didn't you sense a feeling of illegality there?
No, because illegality. Now, for example, now you see whether this government will not do the same.
No,
right.
that is besides the point.
No,
as per law.
No, as per law, there is no illegality. Because as far as I am concerned, it has got cabinet approval.
Right.
It has got government approval and government sanction.
Yes.
So, then the government is illegal.
Of course.
If you tell the government is illegal, of course I can't.
Yes. Do you agree that government had acted in a manner which is contrary to good governance?
That is another matter. Good governance is another matter. Now, for example, I might not agree with good governance what anybody does. It is a matter of interpretation.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
For example, I might say the retrospective tax that was introduced yesterday is not good governance.
Right.
That is my interpretation, perception, because you can't tax a person for what he earned 2 years ago.
Direct involvement with the previous government where contracts are concerned, apart from this 7 billion and 2.5 billion and 2.5 billion road contract.
No, I do the number plate for the government for the last five years.
Then there was another serious allegation about that as well, where you have been overcharging.
How can I overcharge? It was a tender. It was through a tender. It was a tender.
Right.
And in fact, Rajapaksa, after I have won the tender, they cancelled the tender.
Right.
Then the German embassy went and said, we have a German-Sri Lankan double agreement. Please don't cancel what. And then he called another meeting, which I was also invited, and he instructed the Transport Ministry.
How many people bid for that contract?
I don't know, man. That was a long time ago. 5, 6, maybe 4, 5 companies, 6 companies.
Right.
I don't know.
And you won the contract,
Yes.
right?
And I can remember some people objected also
Right.
to our award. There's a procedure on to the performance.
One more thing comes to my mind about your importing of tubes or whatever for this water project
What?
in Ampare. From China, you imported 4.5 million USD worth this.
Eastern province.
Yeah, Eastern province.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is a JEBIC. That is now, see, these are the good things you are coming up with.
Right.
Yeah, that is a Japanese government JEBIC
Yes,
approved.
right.
When they tried to change it, Japanese government said no way. This has to go to Access International. Otherwise, we are not withdrawing the money.
Fine.
Because these people want to
Was
change.
it an aid or was it a loan?
Loan.
Loan.
But even loan, the loan agency wants the strict procurement guidelines adhered to.
Right.
So it can be a
did
loan.
you win the contract in a tender
Yes.
procedure?
Yes, all tender.
In a tender, right.
Tender
No,
procedure,
fine.
yeah.
Now,
Tender
there is
procedure, in fact, that's a nice thing because that was one occasion where the government of Sri Lanka was not prepared to give it to us. Then the JEBIC said, okay, then you buy out of your money. You buy it out of your money. If you are using Japanese money, the Japan government has a strict tender procedure and a proper guideline for tender evaluation, and that must be followed. And as per that evaluation, we believe the rightful, successful bidder is Access International.
Right, those
Ductile iron pipes.
yeah, those pipes.
Yeah.
I believe you imported it from China for about 4.5 million USD.
I don't know, sir.
Yes, that's what the information that I have.
Yeah.
And it was also reported that you had billed it to the water company, Sri Lanka Water Board, for 5.5 million.
No, not so high. Then now, see, that is again.
Yeah, let me tell you, then you can.
I'll tell you
give
the
me a-
story.
Right.
I'll tell you the story. There are 2 ways of doing it.
Right.
Lot of people open the LC for the full value and send the money out of the country.
Right.
What we did was, we got the water board to open a local LC to us.
Right.
Right. And we imported, because it's not one party, from about 3 or 4 parties, we imported under Access International.
Fine.
Right.
Right.
So we imported at our cost.
Right.
And the balance was our profit.
Right.
So, and
That's fair.
that's fair.
But
Whatever profit we make, we pay tax.
no, that is good. Well, all well and fine. But isn't there a custom law
Yeah.
where it says
You can't.
you have to pay customs duty
Yeah.
to the price that you import,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So now, if it was imported for 4.5 million,
Yeah.
now we both know the water board was liable to pay the customs duty.
Yeah.
Not you all, though
Yeah,
you all
yeah,
imported
yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
You all had a bonding
Yeah.
procedure.
So we bond it.
Bond it for 4.5 million.
Finally, water board was the importer.
But you took an outbound.
Yes, water
thing
board
for
is the
5.5.
importer. Now, today, Mr. Ravi Karnanayak in the budget has said entrepot trade. It is entrepot trade.
No, forget what is today.
No, same thing. You import it, you bond it. Now you import some
Yeah, but-
television or a TV.
Right.
Right. Abans import. Right. When they sell it. Right. When they sell it to somebody, they sell it at their price. So there is nothing wrong.
You making the profit is fine.
Yeah.
You importing for 4.5 million is fine.
Yeah.
But when the water board pays the customs duty for 5.5 million USD.
Because that's the price we won the tender at, and that's the price they established LC for.
No, but the
What?
difference is 59
No, but
million
that is not
Sri
the-
Lankan rupees that they have to pay additionally.
No, because that's the value that water board bought from us. That's the value, the CIF value. They didn't pay.
But the custom law says.
So the custom law that is in dispute. Custom law
Okay,
says
so that's in
that is in
dispute.
dispute, and we'll win it hands down. We'll win it hands down because
Okay, fine.
for example, customs, right? If customs want to be up to mischief, I can't help it.
Right.
But why should the customs have a case when they have got higher revenue? They have got higher revenue.
No, it's not the water board is ending up paying.
No, water
59
board is
million.
not having a problem with us.
No, not with you all.
Then
But it being a government company,
yeah.
right? Government
No,
entity.
How
It
Mr.
has to
Fazl?
pay additional 59
How
million
they
more
don't have to pay?
for 1 million additional
Why?
USD.
Why? They give you order, no? They give you a CIF order. Haven't they given me a CIF order?
Yes.
So they have to pay duty on that, no? If they paid on a low value, they are sending out money out of the country, a higher value, and paying duty on a low value. There's a fraud. I'm telling you. If you pay a higher value,
Right.
at the government or local doesn't matter. You pay a higher value, then only that under invoicing. You know,
No,
you
no,
know, if you send out money from this country, a higher value, and pay duty on a low value, don't you agree that's a fraud?
Yes.
Forget water board, forget if you and I do it.
Yes. No, if it's a private company.
No, even if
it's fine.
even the government can't send out.
Water board, it's costing 59 million more for the water board.
No,
That's
how?
a fact.
How?
Because they are paying customs duty for 5.5 million.
That's the price they bought it from us. That's the price they bought from us.
That's the price they should pay you 5.5 million.
Yes.
But not pay duty for 5.5
Why?
million. Because they are.
Come
it
on.
was imported. It came to the country.
Yeah.
Is it not
No.
true that it came to the country? It entered the ports of Colombo.
Yes.
For 4.5 million USD.
Yes, but then how now, for example, if
the custom law says when it
right,
enters
so-
the country, forget the agent fee, forget your
No.
profitability.
No, it enters the country when the ex bond is put. When it's in bond, it doesn't enter the country. That's why it's called a bonded warehouse.
Yes.
You know, doesn't enter the country.
But you give different value for inbonding and outbonding.
Yes, so we bonded it and
For
ex
4
bonded it.
Yeah, for
So,
5.5 million.
In bond is when we import to a bond.
Right.
No, that is our.
With all due respect to your explanation,
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is the
Yeah.
water board has to bear the additional cost of 50 odd million.
No, how can the water board want called a tender? They awarded it at a certain price to us.
They are paying additional duty
No,
for your
they
profit
don't
as
pay.
well.
Of course. Now, for example, I'm telling you, if they open the full LC to my principal and I kept the commission there, then what price did they pay duty on? If I kept the commission overseas
Yeah.
and they open the LC for the full value,
Yes.
then on what value do they pay? I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, they pay for the full value.
Full value. So I didn't do that. So you should be praising me. You should be praising me for that. You know, because I'm doing it the proper way. I'm keeping the value addition in this country. But in the future, if this type of thing happens, I don't know what to do now. I'm having the defense ministry project.
Right.
I told my air conditioning people, now check with the customs and do either way they want.
Right.
I can send out the money and bring the commission back.
Right.
You know.
Or import it for your price.
Yes.
And
keep the
open a local LC.
open, you know.
Right.
Because
right.
now for the defense ministry also they are opening a local LC
Right.
to access international. You know.
Right.
You understand? You know. Then
Right.
I can open to Daikin for
Right.
that same value I sold.
Right.
But what I am saying is now same thing happened with me for a Navis. Navis is a computer system for the port.
Right.
You know, same thing happened.
Right.
You know, the same argument.
You import arms? Did you import any
Never,
arms
never,
for the Rajapaksa
No,
regime?
no, for any regime. Never.
You never imported
Never,
any
never.
even
That-
bulletproof vests or anything of
no,
that sort?
arms. You say.
Yes.
No.
Weapons, arms.
No weapons, nothing offensive,
All defensive equipment, is it?
and communication equipment, body armor, you know, and
Helicopters?
yes, helicopters.
You still import, is it?
No. You know, in fairness to the Rajapaksas, right, they stopped any sort of agent business when they came to power in 2005. Earlier, we were all agents and supplying. Right?
Don't you think it would have been better?
No,
Why not?
because there was a lot of apprehension, about the agent's role, especially in the war times.
Competition they say is good, right?
Competition is good,
So when 10 people give 10 different offers with 10 different types of qualities.
Yeah, but they felt that I don't know, rightly or wrongly, they felt that these agents are corrupting the army officials.
But
I don't know. I'm not here to.
But what happened in reality
Yeah.
is Mr. Gotabaya became the agent.
That I don't know.
That
I
is
don't,
what that is
believe
that
so.
is what happened.
In my assessment, for me, Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa was one of the most honest public officials I have ever dealt with.
Right.
I have no hesitation. He didn't like me, he hated me, that's a different matter. But
Right.
later on, I think during the last parts of his life, he knew that I am one person who never go.
If you
please
repay-
record this.
Right. It's on.
Please record this. For 25 years, Chandrika Bandaranaike has ruled this country. Ranil Wickremesinghe has ruled for 2 years. Mahinda Rajapaksa has ruled for 9 years. You record this. I've never gone to them for any favor.
Right. Right.
Right now, my water sewage land and my water sewage payments, not a cent has been paid. On the contrary, I will in another 1 week give you some documents. My private land, which was next to water sewage, was taken over
Right.
by Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa on a telephone call.
Right.
Right, and I have not been compensated for my private land.
Did he have the legal authority to do so?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Why
He
you
had the
think-
legal authority, then he would have had to serve me a what do you call acquisition order.
Yes.
He did not serve me acquisition order. Because he did not serve me acquisition order, I wrote to the UDA and said, this is the price I have bought this land.
How big is the area?
It's about 50%. When you used to
It's
go,
prime location.
it's next to the water stage because
Yes.
it was very important for me. If you see those days, you had to go round
Exactly.
Takarang,
Yes, yes.
That's why, and I had kept my containers and I kept some goods which I own,
Right.
my movables there. In 24 hours, I removed it because I was told to remove. Then I wrote to him and wrote to the UDA and said, you please pay me. I said, you pay me the present valuation or pay me what I paid 5 years ago in
Right.
2007.
Right.
What I paid in 2006.
Right.
That money.
Right.
I wrote 2-3 letters. I didn't even get a reply.
Right. So
So
you believe
now
that
I am
this-
waiting till a new chairman is appointed to write to
reopen
him
the case, right.
and ask for me money. And then I had done piling and with the idea of building a apartment and a hotel there.
Right.
There was a piling. I spent 500 million
Right.
in 2004.
Right.
Right. 2006.
Right.
I had spent. Now, after that, 1 year ago, they are using my same piles.
Right. Of course.
They are building a hotel and apartment,
Right.
which is unjust enrichment. It's very simple.
Right.
You can't be unjustly enriched by somebody else's.
Do you believe Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa acquired land, especially that of Mr. Gamini Vettasinghe's right across,
Yeah.
like further towards Colombo?
But not for himself, for the government.
Right. So you believe that he never enriched himself, is it?
No, he never enriched himself, but he had a passion to develop
To
Sri
develop.
Lanka.
He had a vision
and-
also.
As a vision, but I have a question mark whether he gave enough respect to the
voices of the people.
the legal right
Of the
of people to own property.
Fine.
That I don't know.
Out of the previous presidents, Mr. Premadasa, Mrs. Chandrika Kumartunga, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, Mr. D.B. Vijayatunga, Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa, and the current Mr. Maithripala Sirisena, whom do you think served or could serve in the future to the best interest of the country?
Now it is like this.
You
For me
being,
personally,
right.
the one I'm most grateful out of all this is Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Right.
I personally thought this was a war that we could never win. I
Right.
never believed we could win this war.
Right.
But Mahinda Rajapaksa changed everything.
Made it possible.
Made it possible. So I'm most grateful to him. And
Right.
of course I don't, unlike others, person who always thinks that access is also a family
Right.
and also sharing and
Right.
also it's a team. I always believe the team is more important than the individual.
Right.
And because I believe the team is more important, I also don't agree that Mahinda Rajapaksa alone should get the credit.
Of course.
Sarath Fonseca,
Even the people.
even the
Exactly.
individuals,
They give information.
even
They
the
were
individuals,
cautious,
people like us who believed and put up even a building during the
taxes,
pay
everything.
taxes.
War taxes,
So it's
it's a defense.
but as much as Arjuna Ranatunga, I respect him for captaining the World Cup and bringing us the World Cup, which I had the good fortune of going for the World Cup in
Yes.
'96 and coming with him,
Yes.
bringing the cup.
Yes.
That was one of the best moments of my life.
Yes.
Winning the war, one, for the future of our country.
Yes.
Two, for the future of my family.
Yes.
And three, to vindicate myself.
Right.
At least now you are saying I am giving $100 million and all. That is.
Now I asked you.
No, right. No, people are saying,
Right.
but that is much better
Right.
than being called arms dealer.
Yes. Yes.
It is
No,
much
okay,
better than being called arms dealer when you are not dealing in arms.
You have a right to donate to any, because we don't have limits.
Yeah,
Sri Lanka for
yeah,
election campaigning.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Now going back to the Sri Lankan contracts,
Yeah.
major contracts, significant ones. Do you want to briefly tell me what
It's all in my accounts.
it's all there?
It's all there. I gave you,
Right. Right.
Other than in the Access Group, other than this contract, the only other contract I have is this number plate contract under Access.
Right.
And those DI pipes I imported under Access International. That's not an engineering job, not to supply pipes.
Yes.
But other than that, our Access International turnover is about 3-4 billion.
Right. Also, Pigeon Island Resorts.
Yeah.
Do you have any connections with that?
No. I have no interest in money.
You made it.
I need to look at myself in the mirror.
Yes.
I don't need to satisfy everybody going on the road,
Yes.
and I can't because. But
At
my
least
family,
moving forward.
yeah,
Yes.
even earlier, my family, my loved ones,
Yes.
and my employees, and that is also my family.
Yes.
So I have 7,500 employees.
Right.
My salary bill is 2.5 billion a year.
Right.
Group,
Now that there is a new government,
Yeah.
and you being a close confidant of Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa, the ex-president,
No. I was never a close con. Who is saying this?
I mean,
People are saying this.
right, right.
If I was a close confidant, what have I got? Have I got anything from him? Tell me what I've got.
Right.
No. You tell me one specific thing I've
Right.
got from him.
I'm here only to
Yeah.
air
So
your side of the story
yeah,
while asking
but
questions.
you
yes.
ask those people who are saying I'm a close confidant.
Right.
What have I got from Mahinda Rajapaksa?
Right.
If I have not got the 50 million for my private property,
Right.
if I have not got the compensation for water sewage,
True.
Yes. Right. If
Right.
I have not got a single, land, on easy payment terms, or if I have not got a telecom license, if I have not got a liquor license, if I have not got a casino license,
Right.
if I have not got a free handout.
As a successful businessman, what would be your message for the new government in power? Because it's the finance minister is Mr. Ravi Karunayaka, and I'm sure his policies wouldn't have met with such a lot of enthusiasm with a lot of people. What is your take on that, sir?
No, the budget is very people friendly budget.
People friendly, yes.
Yeah.
What would be advice, in brief, as to how we should get
No,
about
what I am saying is, as far as this country is concerned,
new government in power? Yes.
The new government will come into power in 6 months' time.
Right.
This is an interim arrangement.
Right.
Interim arrangement, and whichever government these things, right. I am not for economic development at any cost.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Because no point having 8% or 10% growth
Right.
if it is 8%, 80% of it is among 100 companies.
Exactly.
You understand?
Right.
That is not,
Right.
But at the same time, we are in a very competitive international environment.
Right.
Foreign investors won't just come to this country.
Unless there are some attractions.
Some attractions. And one of the most important attraction, in my opinion, is stability and continuity and consistency.
Right. About the
stability.
harbour project,
Port.
the port project.
Brilliant project, China port.
Yeah.
I will only hope and pray that everything will work well. Brilliant. Government doesn't invest 1 rupee. It's all 100% a foreign investment.
Right.
And I believe that foreign companies can attract investment much better than the government.
Right.
BOI or anything.
Right.
When BOI goes, it goes as a state employee trying to attract. But when with big companies like China Harbour, Jones Lang and Atkins, when with big the biggest companies in the world get together and do a project together, and when they go and sell the country and say we are investing, they have the financial muscle to invest in the infrastructure, and then go and say okay, we can give this for your project, this for your project, and build a very well planned city. Because if you look out from here, you see there are no big land parcels.
No.
You can't get even 1 acre.
1 acre, no.
All are privately. You see from the window, there's nothing.
Exactly.
Only the state land or other private small parcels.
Yes.
But this will be 500 acres, fully planned.
Right.
What you do with it is up argument. I am not for a golf course there or a F1 track there.
F1 track, right.
Right. That is debatable.
Right.
But
The concept of
but if you can
creating
get,
an organized
if you
city,
can,
right.
if you China is the world's biggest investor.
Yes.
This is nothing.
Yes.
What they invest here is nothing. If you go to see in Africa, if you go to see in England, if you go to see in Australia, you know what they ask from the Australian government, no? I will give you free exports into China.
Yes.
Give me the right to invest into your country.
Right.
So
right,
because
right.
they have so much of resources and money, they are investing. They are the biggest investor in America.
Yes.
As the Chinese president said, our biggest ally is America.
Yes.
Because the day America
Collapses.
doesn't
Yeah.
buy their products,
Yes.
their economy was a collapse.
Exactly.
The day the Chinese pull out the American money, America was a.
Collapses, yes.
So they are, although politically they come from two different ideologies.
Yes.
Today, with the whole world taking the free market economy, these are. Now see, I'm in my elements because these are the subjects I like to talk.
Right.
Not this rubbish about social media.
Right.
Right. Now you're coming to my territory.
Right.
This gossip. Of course, I was.
No,
Realize you have
it's
to
not
deal with it.
fair
You have to deal with it.
For people to sling mud
Yeah.
when it's not true.
Yeah.
Now that the election
Huh.
is over,
Yeah.
now you are a key player in the
Yeah,
economy.
and you will take this down
I'm
in
here.
in 6 years' time.
Right.
Right. I
Right.
will be one of the biggest companies in Sri Lanka under this new regime. You
I'm-
take it down.
Well,
Right.
that's how it should be.
you. I'm not arrogant or I'm not boastful,
Right.
but I'm supremely confident of my team.
You're capable.
Yeah, I'm capable and my
Yes.
team. I will work, but what matters is the external environment must. For example, during the wartime,
Yeah.
we couldn't know.
Yes.
Even if I had all the capabilities, can I tell some fellow
Yeah.
to come and invest here?
Right.
Could I have convinced you to come back?
No.
Why did you? I think you also came back because we have peace now.
No, what you have achieved is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's something
You must not
to
that
admire.
you must talk to my employees and ask. They will tell you.
Yes,
And you
yes.
see, I have no. If you see, all my offices are all transparent. There is no closed doors. There are glass. You see, if you go, you walk around,
Right.
all are glass. To
Right.
that extent, I'm transparent.
Transparent, right.
Anybody can see what I'm doing inside.
This is one of my first interviews with a successful established person like you. So what I intend doing is give both sides.
Yeah, what I can tell
for
about
people
Mahinda
to
Rajapaksa
judge.
is, other than my father and mother, he is only one other person I have worshipped in my. I'm a Catholic.
Right.
Although I'm a Sinhalese, I don't worship.
Right.
When he won the war, I got an appointment from him, went and worshipped him.
Right.
I have never worshipped, and to that extent, whatever people
You
say,
admire him, right.
if he has cooked his own goose or if he has done something wrong, he should be treated like anybody else.
True.
But just because somebody saves my mother or sister from
Doesn't mean
from
he's,
drowning, that
free
doesn't
from
mean
guilt, yeah.
that I will like them to rape them.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
But let me tell you, no uncertain terms. If other than my parents, if I'm grateful to somebody, you can quote me. I am, because as far as I'm concerned, my being grateful to Mahinda Rajapaksa is for a very good reason.
Right.
You understand? He has given me freedom. He has given me, see my 5 years performance.
Half the country voted for him.
5 years performance.
You're not alone.
5 years performance. 5 years performance is better than 20 years performance of my company. So
Right.
obviously,
You're grateful.
I'm grateful because I'm building another tower. I have plans. My share went up to 40 now. Of course, because of this perception,
Yes, yes.
So it will good time. By the way, I think I recommend to
Exactly.
buy my share.
I am not going. Anyway, thank you for your time, sir.
Okay.
You have.
God bless you.